Oh, we're live. Oh, didn't realise we were live, and I'm talking about mozzarella sticks.
Are you already live?
Yeah. Oh, you get a notification when I'm live. That's interesting.
Huh?
I didn't realise you get a notification when I go live.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I get a notification when I go live. Right, where is it? Here it is. And then we just go here. Here, and then this. Copy. Hi, everyone. How are you all doing?
How long do you put them on for?
I usually do them for 14 minutes, I think.
Have you got anybody in?
There's 2 people in so far, but no one said anything.
Hello.
You'd think for an Apple product it'd have a better camera. It's like really blurry, isn't it?
Oh, that blind is open. It could be to do with that.
Hello. Clean, clean, clean. Oh, it made a little bit of a difference. DX, hi, I thought I was late, but I'm here. Yeah, we had to push, well, you wouldn't have been late because we had to push it back anyway. But yeah, howdy. Hi, Alice Foster. But yeah, basically Katie was tattooing someone, so we had to push it all back because we weren't ready.
Do you want to shut that blind?
Yeah, quite.
It brings in a kind of weird side light.
With you.
Phew. I'm just doing awkward smiles at the camera.
Someone's got to ask questions or say something. We're 2 minutes in. Yeah. Yeah, we're good, thanks. How are you? Well, do you want to answer for yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Been a semi-productive day. Done some coaching, gone gym. Katie's tattooed. Yeah.
We spent most of the morning in bed though because we both had really busy days yesterday. So
Yeah. Didn't go to sleep until like 3 a.m.
didn't get home till like 3 a.m.
Yeah. Hello, Chitra. And lots of love from the UK. I need my glasses. Checking that. I'm going to get my glasses. You entertain the people.
Well, I'm just going to tell them what I did yesterday because that's the most entertaining thing that's happened to me ever. I finally went and saw My Chemical Romance. Like, finally. It was absolutely amazing. Just having a beer can I create from the stance, which is going to happen. I'm going to let Matt come back and answer you because, well, that's whose opinion you want, really. You have a question.
Oh, why are you transferring it?
No.
Right. What is it?
Sorry, I'm okay.
Can I create from the stance that it's going to happen? So yeah, that would be kind of under like an expectation sort of thing. So you would be just having a beer. Can I create from it? I'll let you just say your bit while I think I'd like the way to answer that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know what I was saying. I was just talking about My Chemical Romance, basically.
Okay.
I finally went to go and see them after it being my childhood dream forever. So, yeah, it's really good, really fun. We were really, really close to the front. We spent all day. So we're sort of like, sort of Reading, Oxford area, and we went all the way to Cardiff, and yeah, so we got there really early in the morning. The gates didn't open until 5, so we were sat out, and I am sunburnt because because we were sat out in the sun basically all day long waiting for the gates to open at 5. We got the train at like 9 in the morning. So yeah, we were there all day, but we got really close to France. It was worth it in the end. But yeah, you can start answering.
Yeah, so if you're
relevant questions,
you can create from the stance that it's going to happen if you've been living in the end enough to the point where you basically believe that it's already done. The expectation that it's going to happen from the state of I've done this enough and I know that it's impressed and that it's coming around. Yes, you can do from that. If you're just kind of like, if you've done a couple of affirmations, you're like, okay, that should then come, then a little bit different, because then you're kind of you're almost searching for it in that sense. So if your stance of expecting it, if your stance of expecting it to happen due to you have done all the work and you feel that you don't need to do anything else because now you're like, yeah, I know this is mine, it's already coming, then yeah, absolutely, you can do that. And yeah, so hopefully that answers that. I need to post this on Instagram so more people can know that we are live. And if for anyone that is interested, at the very top of the live stream, I have put a link to the membership thing. So as part of the membership, as you'll see on DX's thing, like name, you'll get like a little badge that states that you're part of the membership. You'll be able to use custom emojis. Do you want to just quickly like do one just so they can see what I mean? Oh no, you're not part of the thing, have you? Because you haven't. And you'll be put into. You can join our Discord group.
I think I can show them.
Yeah, probably. You'll be put into our Discord group, and in this group there is a Law of Assumption main chat, which is where we just chat and sort of see how everyone's doing and stuff. We've got a socials promotion, which is where you can put your own like socials medias on this, like Instagram and stuff like that, just to promote yourself. Business promotions, as you see here, if it like you can't really see that well, is KT's wax melt business and stuff like that. So you can put your own businesses. There's a video request section for if you have any particular videos. There's been a request already, which I'm working on. I did record it, but I wasn't the like happiest with the video. Oh yeah, DX has put in some of the emojis that you can use.
That's the only 4 that we have at the moment, but I should be making some more later.
Yeah, because we had to have a certain amount of people join the live stream in order, join the membership in order for us to be able to make more. So now that we have people who have joined it, now we can make some more thingies. But there's a video request section. There's been a video request in there by DX, which I started working on, but I wasn't too happy with it, so I'm gonna have to do it again. Channel suggestions, so just suggestions for like the channel, and daily affirmations thing, which is where I basically put one in, and so does Katie for you guys. And if you are part of the membership, you also get 10% discount on every single one of our services. So if you're interested in any of that, the link is at the top of the chat put in by me. But we have a question, so I'm going to get on with that. Chitra says, 2 weeks ago, I watched your live stream for the first time, and I asked you that I am not feeling like I need to do anything, and you said it might be the saddest state is happening to me again. Can you please elaborate this time? What is it that you need me to elaborate on, like specifically? Because the Sabbath state is basically just you've done the work, you've managed to get yourself to a state where you believe that it's done, that you know that it's on its way and everything, and that basically you just don't feel the need to do anything because it's already done. Like, for example, if you are in a relationship, you won't ask that person, do you want to be with me? It's that kind of thing. You won't feel the need to affirm anything because you already have it. There is no wanting because it's already yours. And it's just basically a case of like, it should be right around the corner sort of thing. I can't obviously promise that, everyone is different, but the Sabbath state usually comes right before it comes in, because that's when you've like managed to get your subconscious mind to a point where we know this is done and there is no need, there is no desire, there's nothing, it's on its way. All you got to do is just persist in the new story. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to affirm or visualize or anything, but it just means that you have to keep living from the state of the new story and not going back to the old one. Hopefully that's the elaboration that you need. If not, then just let me know. Alice says, okay, thanks. Also, does it matter if I mix between it's going to happen and I have this, e.g. I already having this? I've done so much affirming, but I found after a time, I felt like I was just being silly. No, I mean, it is probably better for you to stay in one state, just because then it's like the consistency. But if you're like, this is going to happen and this has happened, if they're both coming from the state of you've done the work and all that lot, and then on times when you think that this is going to happen is from the state of like, I know that I've done the work and I know that it's on its way. And then the other state is like, I already have this. They're basically going hand in hand, if that makes sense. So it should be absolutely fine. And there's nothing silly about telling yourself that things are happening at all. You got to big yourself up. You got to tell yourself that things are going great. DX says, don't acknowledge time when manifesting. Yeah, absolutely. Time is one of the biggest like things that get in people's way. They're constantly looking at the time, and when you look at the time, you just create more time. Basically, it's like if the more that you acknowledge time as something that's in your way, the more that time is going to be in your way. If you can take away time, like if you can drop the meaning that time has, then it is usually a lot easier for people to manifest. Just stop looking at the watch, stop like counting the days. I don't know. Just go and do your own thing. Just go about your life and do you, and just let it come in when it comes in. Because 9 times out of 10, the things tend to come in when we take our attention away from them, and that's because usually we've dropped the story and we've just letting it play out. Now, most of the people that I not only coach, but also that come to these live streams or put in the comments, most of them have already done more than enough of the work. What stops them is their obsessive need for it to come in. If they just took their attention away for a bit, 9 times out of 10 it will. Derek says, the more you entertain the lack of what you don't have, the more you will manifest for it to not show up. Yeah, exactly. The way your focus goes, energy flows. So if you're focusing on, I don't have this yet, it's been this long, where is it? And all that lot, then you're going to get more of, I don't have this yet, it's been this long, where is it? So if you can take your attention away from time and put it on, I already have this, then you'll be in a better position. Chitra says, his birthday is on July, and every time I meditate, I feel like we're going to meet on his birthday. But then again, I get confused because we live exactly 2 opposite sides of the country. Circumstances don't matter. There is absolutely nothing to say that you wouldn't end up seeing each other on his birthday. I mean, if his birthday is in July, you've got more than enough time for you guys to sort of reconcile and meet for his birthday. So there's no reason to be confused. It'll happen as long as you just keep living in the end and stuff. Like, your desires will happen as long as you can drop the old story, as long as you can just work on as if like live from the state of already having it or it already happening, then you will get your thing. Circumstances don't matter. The other side of the country doesn't matter. Katie didn't even know where I was when we got back together, and still we managed to end up reconciling. So it happens. Oh yeah, just to help push out the live stream to other people, if you could like it as well, that helps push it out and get on the algorithm and stuff so that more people can join, because you never know, they might ask a question that you didn't know you needed the answer to. So if you could do that, that would be really appreciated. I don't have the photo on my new phone to be able to post it on Instagram.
You don't have what one?
The logo. Thank you so much for story. It always inspires me. That's good. I'm glad. That's obviously, I try to give a lot of my personal experiences and stuff. Same with some of Katie's, so that we can help you guys out with personal experiences. Alice says, yes, the obsessive need, that's what I want rid of more than anything. Yeah, to take away the obsessive need, you just focus on you. The more that focus on you, do things that you enjoy, like hobbies, working out if you enjoy that, or seeing certain friends and stuff. The more that you start focusing on you in your spare time, the more you realize that you are better off in your own company. And that, it sounds contradictory when you're like, oh, well, I'm better off alone. So obviously, like, it doesn't work like that, because you're putting more focus on you. You're taking you're taking them and the desire off the pedestal, which allows it to come in easier. And then not only are you in a better state mentally because you've been working on you, you also have your desire, so it's like, it's just the best place to be. This is why I advocate self-concept, like, more than anything. And I know some other like peeps do as well, because it's important. I'm just going to use this one instead.
Cool, yeah.
Just because, and then I'll transfer the other one over. Live now. Check the link in bio. I should really start setting all this stuff up before, and then like. Did
that skull tattoo hurt? Keep staring at it.
That one or that one? Oh no, they wouldn't have seen that one, would they? No, not really. So it's more like an intense vibration. Like, it's like, it doesn't hurt like a needle does, like a normal tattoo does, but it just kind of like, it just feels like someone's just like on your head, and it gets to a point where it starts to ache. Like, it aches more than it like stings or hurts. But the wiping does, like when they're like cleaning it to wipe it. Oh, that was awful. But it goes all up along here. You just can't really see it because my hair's in the way. But it does like cover like here. But yeah, it's more of like an intense vibration and a little bit achy than actually painful. I'm gonna put it in. Oh no, I didn't. It's posted on Instagram now. Does anybody else have any other questions? I feel like maybe we should just go back to dinner. It's
yeah,
quite empty this time. Not a lot of talking.
Also, it's a Sunday. the other thing. A
That's
lot of
the
people
point,
are
yeah.
quite busy on the Sunday. We normally do the Saturday, and
yeah,
a lot of people are like getting ready for the week, sorting out their work clothes and all that sort of thing.
yeah. That's fine. Well, yeah. We got to do the affirmations tape as well.
We really, really do. The thing is things just keep coming up.
Yeah, it's been a super busy week this week.
And also it's finding like a quiet time, because obviously the kids are, you don't want them in the background of your like you're listening to your affirmations, and then there's just, Mummy, can I have a snack?
I am Mummy. Dave Moody says, had a few sessions with Matt. He threw a curveball when a person from my past came through, which wasn't intended. Honestly, she's been contacting me since. Self-love. Much love, you too. That's good. You have to keep me updated on that. Like I said before, by all means, like email me and stuff just to keep me updated and everything. I always look forward to what you have to say. But yeah, much love from us too to you too, Dave. Really appreciate you showing up. Pragya says, I've been manifesting my SP since last 6 months, but I met someone new who's like an upgraded version of my SP and is really kind. I still do want my SP to connect, but I don't know how to navigate this. Okay, so before I answer like the thing, if this person is an upgrade in your SP, what is the reason why you're hanging around? Like, no judgment or anything. I'm just curious. If you literally state that they are an upgraded version of your SP and is really kind, then if they've just come in, what is holding you back from going for them and like holding on to SP? Not that it matters. I'm just curious.
Or do they mean that they still want? So it says, I still do want my SP to contact, but so is it more just like you want them just to speak to you, like rather than like, have you stopped chasing the sort of relationship side of it and more just want them to talk, sort of thing?
The intense feelings I have with my SP is unmatched. Okay. Well, the way that you navigate it, if you aren't interested in this new person, then might as well bin them off. But it's always good if you're working on trying to get someone back, and someone new comes in. It's always like not really the bad idea to sort of like keep your options open, because it shows that you have those options, which is a self-concept thing, proving to you that you are desired and everything. So the way that I'd navigate it is just go about the 3D however you want to, whether you want to see this new person or not, that's up to you. But continue to just live from the end with you and your SP, and like continue to work on self-concept and continue to see your SP as the new version of them that you want them to be. So you say that this person's like an upgraded version of your SP. Why not start seeing your SP as the upgraded version of themselves? And then that will not only create a better version of them for you, but then the working on the self-concept and everything will draw them into you. And living from the end of you being with your SP will also bring them to you. Chitra says, it's literally midnight here, and for once I thought of skipping today's live, but I felt like I'm going to miss something, so I'm here anyway. Well, we're glad you're here, but if you're sleepy, just go. The live stream stays as a video anyway. You can always just watch it after it's posted. But yeah, we're glad that you have decided to show up anyway, despite the fact that it's late for you. And you are very welcome, Pragya. But yeah, we are so far seeming like Sundays isn't the most viable time. So we'll probably try and stick to Saturdays if we can, because 7 people, which is fine. We're like more than happy that 7 people have showed up, and we're obviously here to talk to you. But we like having loads of people in, because then we can get loads of different questions and stuff like that. And then like you guys will get answers to questions that you might not have known you needed the answer to and everything. And it's just overall, it's just good when there's more people. But thanks. But yeah, thank you for everyone for showing up and everything, and ask away, even if it's just personal questions, and doesn't have to necessarily be law of assumption stuff if you haven't got any of those questions.
This sofa is so creepy.
It's creepy, isn't it? Yeah. Ow. But that's true. That's what the membership's for. If you want to chat with us, then you can always just join the membership and you can chat with us anytime. You haven't got to wait for the live streams. But yeah, no, I get what you mean. It is nice when you can like actually message and then the person responds to you basically face to face sort of thing. Someone replied, I would have joined, but I don't even have a bank account. How funny. But yeah, so if you are interested in like more chats and stuff like throughout the week from either Katie and I and other people in the community, then join the membership thing. Because it's the more people we get in there, the more like it's going to build up and it's going to like have improvements and stuff like that, and more people to talk and everything. So it's definitely worthwhile. Yeah. DX says, "Hey, every week it grows more and more in the live streams. We manifest more viewers every week." I know. I say it every time. I obviously come here to promote that you should sort of work on what you say and everything, and then I sit there going, "Oh yeah, you know, people don't show up." So I'm a hypocrite. Don't know why you watch me, but yeah, we are getting more viewers every single week. Alice says, "How long did it take for you to get you reunited with your SP, and also how did you pass time?" Okay. We don't tend to talk too much about the actual situation itself, just because it's like not a very nice situation for us. But it didn't take too long, and the way that I passed the time was I just distracted myself with things that I enjoyed. I chilled with my friend. We played some games. I watched YouTube like videos that I enjoyed, like all that kind of stuff. I basically just did what I would have done even if there wasn't the breakup, you know, so did stuff that I enjoyed and just went about doing me. I didn't reach out either. That was another thing. Too many people tried to reach out. I didn't do that. I literally just took some time for myself and just did what I enjoy.
And then, yeah, I ended up just one day just driving to him.
Driving to where she thought I was.
Well, yeah, where I thought he'd be, but he wasn't there. And then driving to where he actually was.
Chitra says, "I have a weird working time, so I don't know how much I'll be available, but I'll be joining the membership soon." Well, just talk, like the membership is there for like obviously any time. We'll just respond whenever. So if you put a message, you'll get a response sort of thing. And yeah, I mean, there's no specific times. It's not like we'll be doing like an hour where we respond on the membership. It's literally whenever you message, we'll try to respond sort of thing. So it's like all month round sort of thing. And
it's just like similar to like WhatsApp, isn't it?
Except there's multiple pages on there with different things you can like make use of, and we do plan to add more. But and then you said we're glad that you did. I'm assuming that you mean you're glad that we got back together. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm glad I did too.
Now look at me, I am a specimen.
That came out of a science lab.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's Matt? Matt's not here yet. We got Dave. We've got Matt. Sorry, we've got Dave. Didn't get Matt. Kevin hasn't showed up for a little while. I think it's been like 3 or 4 streams that he hasn't showed up for. Who else is a regular that's not here yet? Abonata's not showed up yet. There's probably more. Twinkle Peach hasn't showed up yet.
I think there's like quite a few people that join very regularly, but because you don't like comment, we can't remember your names because we can't see who's in the chat. Or is there a way to see who's in the live?
Oh yeah, if they don't talk, then no, we can't see. We can only see who's actually message.
But yeah, so if you're in here all the time and we never go, oh, where's that person? It's only because we don't see you like in the chat sort of thing.
Celine's not in here.
And yeah,
they're probably busy.
Joining.
It is Sunday.
It is Sunday. I didn't think it would be like perfect to do on a Sunday, but
no, but we were.
It's still fun.
Yeah, obviously she was at MCR and I was driving to go pick her up. Do you guys have any manifestation successes this week? Do I have any? As I've said in previous streams, I'm not actually working on anything at the moment in particular, but I'm working on improving things. I have had situations where what I have been working on has been reflected back to me. Like, for example, obviously I put up that video not too long ago about my job not being able to have the funding. And then there was a situation that came up at work that was kind of a bit undesirable sort of thing. So I started working on basically my time at work being better. And like basically just feeling like I was actually doing enough and like blah blah blah. And basically my manager, I called my manager out on something the other day that I wasn't too happy with, and in the meeting she actually said to me about how like well I was doing and how basically the rest of the team is like actually pushing for her manager to give me more funding to be able to stay on the role longer because of how useful I've been and everything. So that's kind of like what I do. I tend to at the moment, because I'm not really too focused on changing anything. Like, for example, there's no need to move house because this house is actually quite convenient for certain things and like all that kind of stuff. I just work on improving the things that I already have in my life, and that's an example of where like I'd started working on changing something, and then it showed up for me. You got anything? You don't really like actively do it. Oh, you do?
I actually do. Yeah. So I have like very few sort of like close friends, if you know what I mean. And one of them I hadn't heard from in ages, and like I hadn't seen her in absolutely ages, and she came over today, so that was really good. And like I actually was the one who messaged her like, hey, how are you doing? But normally what happens, like we're really close, we really do like each other, like it's not negative or anything like that, but normally what happens is we message each other for a couple of days and then we don't message each other for months just because we're busy and stuff like that. And we normally, like I normally say, oh, do you fancy doing something? And nothing really ever comes of it. So this time I just messaged her and was just like, hey, how are you doing? And then she asked to come over. So that was nice. It was really nice.
There you go. There's a couple. Chitra says, my YouTube name was Bad Protagonist before, and someone asked me to change it because I gave them a negative vibe. But I was like, no, I want to keep it this way just because I felt stubborn. But I felt the same way this week, so I changed it to my own name. Fair enough. I don't understand why they would ask you to change it. Bad Protagonist. That's an oxymoron.
People like to complain about like the most random things.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. But fair enough. We're gonna have to remember Chitra Roy then as the new regular version. Elise says, oh, so I have a question regarding listening to Subliminals. What are your thoughts on them? I've read some people have results with them and manifest quickly. I actually don't know about Subliminals. I've never used them ever, and I have never recommended them to any of like my clients or anything, and then them come back and get results or anything like that. And I also just don't fully understand how they work, if I'm being honest. I have no idea, so I wouldn't be the best person to ask on Subliminals, because I mean, my assumption would be if you believe they work, then they'd work. That's obviously how it all works. But I don't know. I've never had anything. I've never used them, so I don't have any examples or like personal experiences with them. So it might be worth asking someone else on that one. Although maybe I'll try using them for a bit and then see if I get any results and then get back to you on it. But yeah, I feel like Subliminals could be. No, Chitra says I feel like Subliminals could be a good placebo. Yeah, I'll keep like hiccuping. Yeah, I mean.
So, what are Subliminals? Just because I don't actually know.
They're like music that are like put at certain like somethings like hertz, I think it's
so
called.
It's not like subliminal messaging.
Yeah, it is, but like I don't know. They're just like, let me just play the top one. So this is just like it's music.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know.
So I would assume that it works by you associating something to that song.
Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea.
And then it creates that way sort of thing. Because if you're like, if I listen to this song, it's going to do this. Then it's going to do that.
Maybe, probably. But I don't have any experience with them, so maybe we'll try one, see how it goes. But there are other like placebos.
I'd be up for trying it as well.
There are other placebos that you can use as well. I was actually going to do a video on this because I don't personally like the YouTubers that, or like the coaches that are like, you only have to live in your brain and then never do anything else outside. Not that I don't believe that that's the case, but I just don't like the idea of sitting there doing nothing. And I know inspired action is a thing, but like, I don't know. For example, if I was to sit there and try and live from the end of like the YouTube channel blowing up, and all it took was like one video for me to do it, how long would I have to wait before the inspired action was to come up? For me personally, from like an external to law of assumption and stuff, I don't like not doing stuff, you know? So I like doing the videos. I don't really care whether they do that well because I enjoy doing the videos and stuff like that. And I think that there's a lot more that we can do in the 3D that will actually help us than like a lot of people would like to give out. Placebo effecty wise. For example, I was going to do a video about confidence, and then it was like I was going to give some things that you could do in the 3D that will help you feel more confident. And then by feeling more confident, your self-concept improves. And then if your self-concept improves, then you're going to get more good stuff, you know? So I was actually thinking about doing more videos about what you can actually do in the 3D, not so much like a, I don't know, I've still got to work it out, but just kind of like things that you can do in the 3D that will actually help build you up as an individual to then use that to build your self-concept and stuff like that.
Hey, Abinaya.
Oh, Abinaya is in now with her beep, boop, beep, boop. Oh, beep, boop, boop, beep. Howdy. Aralise says, it's music that's hidden messages that go to your subconscious. I don't, where's the hidden message? That's what I don't understand. Like, where is it? I don't know. Is it in the music? Is it so quiet that we can't hear it? I don't know. Like, that's why I have no idea.
I haven't listened to one like fully to hear it. But...
We'll test one out and then like for like
yeah,
maybe a week or so. Yeah, we'll test it for like a week or something and then get back to you in the next live stream. Let you know if we have any results. Yeah, I know. I don't even know where it is. Oh, it's upstairs. I'll go get it in a minute. Abinay says, "Oh yes, hi Katie. Solo live streaming today. What?
You're not here. Where is he? Nobody knows. Oh, he's gone. Sorry.
I am hidden. They hide words in the background. I am subliminal. They hide words in the background of me. Oh, okay, that's cool. Can you elaborate on inner conversations as another way to manifest? Thank you, Matthew. So that's from DX. So yeah, so you know how like we all probably do it. Well, I assume we all do it. I do it, and I know a lot of people that I know do it. But when you kind of like have those mini arguments, like in your head with people, or like stuff like that, that is an inner conversation. You're just having an argumentative one. So if you were to change it to like you having a conversation in your mind, talking to like your specific person, you would have a conversation of like, oh, you know, like things are great. Well, obviously not like it's how it would say whatever you want to say. But if you're having a conversation with you, be like, oh, you know, thank you for doing this for me. I really appreciate it. That's what they could say. And then like that would then imply that you've done something and they're really appreciative. Or even if you're talking to yourself, where it's just like you could just be talking to yourself like, oh, come on, Matthew, like, you know, you can like make this basketball shot or something like that. Like just, it's literally just in conversations that you have with yourself or with others internally that imply that you have what you desire or that things are the way that you desire them to be. So if you're trying to manifest like, I don't know, a promotion, you could literally just be talking to your boss in your mind and be like, being like, oh, you know, like you've done really well, like here's the promotion, and you're thanking them. It's basically just what you would have a conversation in the 3D, but you just have it in your mind.
Like how you would like a conversation to go.
Yeah. And like, you basically just live in that. You just sort of have that conversation with yourself.
I think it can be used as well for I've forgotten the word. Oh, I've forgotten the word. Basically when something happens that you didn't want it to happen, and then so you make up a new one.
Revision.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because quite often, I don't know if you guys do it, but if I've had a conversation that I don't like the sound, I didn't like the conversation and how it went, I just redo it in my brain all the time. It makes me feel better.
Yeah, exactly. So that's inner conversations. Chitra says, I literally say to myself that as I deep breath. I literally say myself that as I deep breath every time my manifestations are coming closer. Yeah, just make up your own rules. Anything that can help you feel like it, like you're in the end and stuff. It just do whatever. Alice Foster says, I get of evidence of how my thoughts create all the time. I manifest myself slim. Then I felt like I was gaining weight, so I found I am fit. I had an old lady tell me the other day that I am fit. Yeah, exactly. You can have a bit weird, and then you said, old, well, to do ladyship, just don't say things like that.
I think it's meant to say ladies, but it went to ladyship.
Oh, yeah. What you say and what you think and stuff all matter. If you go like, I make jokes to Katie about like how like I'm leaving to go to my mate's house, and then she gets like really antsy with me, and then that causes like problems because it's stuff that I'm saying and stuff like that, and then it's like, so even literally just down to jokes and stuff can cause problems. I'm not allowed to go to my friend's house anymore.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. Where was he yesterday? When did you wake up yesterday?
Yeah, exactly, silly goose.
You woke up at your friend's house.
Oh, Twinkle Peach is here. So Twinkle Peach is one of the clients. I didn't know that they were them until they mentioned the other day. Yeah. And I was like, oh, hi. So Twinkle Peach is one of our regulars. Shows up quite a lot. Howdy, Twinkle Peach.
thing's gonna die. I'm gonna go get the charger.
Oh yeah, sweet, thanks. Abonner says Matt is not here, sadly. No, he is not here anymore. That's sad. I'm gonna delete my channel and then all you guys are gonna be sad. And I'm gonna make a new one because then I'm sad. Fatima. I hope, sorry if I said that wrong. How come LOA coaches haven't manifested the lottery? Well, if they chose to, they probably could. Like they could if they chose to focus on it. But I think winning the lottery is actually a lot less desirable than I think a lot of people are like because if you think about it, like even if you aren't involved in manifestation, like aren't interested in manifestation, how many people actually do the lottery? I know a lot of people do the lottery, but like yeah, it does. But like none of me, my friends, nor any of my family do the lottery. Katie, do any of your family do the lottery?
On occasion, nobody does it religiously.
Yeah, so it's one of those things that people actually don't care about the lottery all that much. And not only that, but like for me personally, as much as I like the idea of like just becoming rich and having everything I wanted, I also don't like the idea of it because I like the idea of like working for it and having something like built up and getting to that point because of like the work that I've done and everything. So for me personally, I don't even think the lottery would be something that I would want to do. So yeah, but and then you say, does manifestation work 100%? Yeah, because you're always manifesting. It's just conscious manifestation is what a lot of people are asking that question too, because everything in your life is built up by your self-concept and your regular thoughts and assumptions. Whether it's good or bad, it is all basically your doing, and it does work 100%. It's conscious creation that people question, and the reason they question it is that it works 100% is because they don't have proof that it works 100% because they're questioning it. It's a bit of a loophole, but yes, it does. Alice Foster said it did, Katie. Oh yeah, about the ladyship thing. But yeah, just got to be careful of what you say and what you think and stuff like that. I to be fair, I did this last week. I kept going to Katie like, I'm getting fat, and then I felt like well fat, and then I'm fat now. So Chitra says, I'm feeling very strong urge to tell everyone a success story of my SP. Do it then. If you have one, tell them. We're happy to hear.
Now.
Tell us that. Now you have to.
Right now.
Otherwise I'm going to ban you from my chat.
I feel like you're in a mean mood today.
Nah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Because
Why?
I'm hungry. I'm well, Millie.
Another mozzarella.
No, they're yours.
There's another one.
No, it's yours. Oh, Fatima says Shane, a dude from USA, manifested $500 million at 20 years old. Wild. Must have had his vibrations raised. Vibration-y stuff is more a law of attraction standpoint. I don't believe in law of attraction. I think it's a bit of a bin. But yeah, I mean, anyone that has won the lottery has lived in the end, even if it was accidentally, in them having that money or like the winning a lottery, anyone that has like won.
You always find as well, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you always find that whoever wins the lottery, most of the time, what happens is they go to the like papers afterwards and they get interviewed and stuff, and they're like, well, you know, I just had this really good feeling. I had this really good feeling, and off I went, and I bought my ticket, and I just knew the minute I bought it that I was going to win. So yeah, they made it happen because they were like,
it's inspired action.
Yeah, they had that feeling then popped out of, and they're probably the same people that make a joke every single day. Well, one day I'll win the lottery. Well, one day I'll win the lottery, and yeah.
Exactly. It's all like it's inspired action that leads you to go then buy that ticket. Alice Foster said, yes, tell us. Yes, that's about okay. So Chitra's success story was my SP and I was going on and off for a long time. And one day my inner being asked me to go to the Golden Temple, a famous temple in India. And I told her I'm going to go with him. I'm assuming the rest is coming in a minute. Alice Foster said, P.S. The lady said I was fit, not fat. Yeah. Yeah, so they agreed with like what you were saying to yourself, and I was just saying because you said, what did you say? You said something about I gotta find it now. Yeah, you said I felt like I was gaining weight, so I found that I'm fit. So I was saying like, when you like think and feel stuff, and then like by saying that you are fit and stuff, it had it reflected and everything. That's what I was saying. I was just saying that you got to be careful of what you say because then I made my point about like how I feel like I'm feeling fat.
But it's nice people noticing.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Elise says, so wait, law of assumption, it doesn't matter about your vibration. No. So law of the vibration stuff is law of attraction stuff, and it's meant to be this whole chart that like love is the highest vibration, and like then you go further down and all these different emotions or like feeling whatever, they're all different, and if you don't vibrationally match to your desire, then you don't get it. It's basically law of attraction. I think the reason why that doesn't matter is because it's your thoughts that create. Your thoughts create your mood. So if you are in any one of those states, then that is because of the thought patterns that you are having. That is it. That is the only thing that would have any kind of evidence towards law of attraction. Is your vibration doesn't matter. It's your thought pattern. Your vibration is given to you by your thought pattern. You can be the most depressed person in the world, but if you're thinking about, like, you could be depressed because someone has died, but if you're still living in the end of you and your partner being together, there's nothing to say that that isn't going to happen. Your vibration would be very, very low because you are upset that someone has died. But if your thoughts on your desire are in the right place, then you're still going to get your desire regardless of how you feel. I was not exactly particularly happy when I tried to manifest Katie back. I still got Katie back. So, the vibration stuff is bullshit. And
what is vibrations? Like, what is it measured on? Is it just how you feel?
Basically, and it's meant to, it's just, yeah, it's basically just that. So it's just like,
what your current
because
emotion is.
everything is energy. So the law of attraction tries to bring science into it, and it's just like everything is energy and blah blah blah, which is true. Everything is energy.
Oh, like brain vibrations.
No, that's like gamma and alpha and beta and all that lot. I know what you're thinking. No, but
Okay.
no, that this is what I mean. It doesn't make any fucking sense. And they're like, you have to match the vibration of money. If I was the same vibration as money, I would be money. My atoms would make me money, and it's ridiculous. So that is why I don't believe in law of attraction. That is why anyone that is involved in law of assumption.
Paper.
Well, yeah, paper. Fair enough, got me there.
Yeah.
But I am in fact not paper. But that is why law of attraction isn't very popular, and that's why a lot of the law of assumption people have a lot more success with it than law of attraction. Law of attraction is only bigger because it was brought to light more than the law of assumption by The Secret and stuff like that. But if you were to go into, Angie's here. Angie's a regular as well. If you were to go into like law of attraction comment section, 9 times out of 10 it's people struggling to get their desires, because what happens is they panic so much that they aren't like in the best vibration, and because they're not in the best vibration,
they're creating doubts.
Yeah, they create their own doubts because they're like, well, I'm not going to get it because I'm not feeling like love, and then they either force themselves to be loving, and then that it puts them in this position where they're like covering it, yeah, or they panic about it and then get in a worse state, and they just spiral more. So I think law of attraction is actually quite unhealthy because of not the law of attraction itself, but because of what it does to people from a mindset standpoint. Yeah, exactly. Because a lot of what the law of attraction states isn't actually too far off the law of assumption. You basically live in the end of your desire by visualization, blah, blah, and then let it go. The reason that letting it go works so well is because if you're letting it go, that means you're also letting go of the old story. They make it sound like you have to let it go so that it can come in kind of thing. It's not that, because you don't have to let it go. But people that are struggling tend to find that when they stop trying, it comes in. And the reason that they stop trying, the reason it comes in is because by trying, they're holding the old story into their head because they're trying from a desperate standpoint. If you're just trying from a place of like, I enjoy this experience and I like to live in the end of it, then that's fine. But if you're like, I need to do this in order to get my desire, that is the trying from the run standpoint. That is why most of the people that do stop trying and just walk away tend to get the desire not long after, because they are no longer fighting with the old story and the new one. So law of attraction in itself there is not anything inherently wrong with it. I just hate what it does to people, like, and how like mentally, basically. Chich says, so this is carrying on from the SP success story. And then in December, I don't know what happened to me, but I asked him to not contact me. And after about 15 or 20 days, he called me and asked me to meet. We booked tickets for the capital city, but on the 10th of February, the flight got cancelled, and the booked ticket for Amritsar, the city Golden Temple is in, and we spent Valentine's Day there. That's nice. That's a nice success story.
That is. That's cute.
Angie says everything is energy. Absolutely right. And that's like I said, the my disregard to law of attraction has nothing to do with the whole everything is energy standpoint or anything like that. It's just I don't like what it does to people mentally. Alice Foster says the shelf behind Katie makes her look like she's wearing a crown. Kinda, I suppose. Kind of like a
I suppose it's where I sit.
It's like the is it where is it the place where they carry like the baskets on their head with like fruit and stuff? That is the English version of that.
Mm-hmm.
Alcohol. Angie says, I manifested SP on a low mental stress and lost him because my self-concept was poor. I think good self-concept helps with vibration. Yeah, exactly. Because if we're going, the vibration isn't necessary at all. People like to use it as a way to gauge where they are, which is fine. Because obviously, if you are in a better mood and stuff like that, and you're vibrationally higher, then that's obviously because your mind is in the right place. But you don't need to be in the right place emotionally to get your desire. That's the point I'm trying to stress. But obviously, yes, you are going to want to be happy. Like if you can go to, let's say, go do a sport that you enjoy or something like that, and it makes you feel good, and then you start trying to live in the end from there, you already feel good, which means it's going to be easier for you to think better things because you feel good in yourself, because you've done something that you enjoy, which yada, yada, yada. So it's just the fact that they're like, oh yeah, if you're in a low vibrational match to your desire, you're not going to get there. And then they're like, you need to vibrationally match it. And it's like, how can you like vibrationally match money with like love, like on a vibrational standpoint? That's my point. Because it's like, you can obviously match it in a sense of like, I love money, what it can do for me, and live in the end of all the things that it can do and enjoy those. But vibrationally, it just doesn't make sense.
I assume that going on law of attraction, you can't manifest two things at once if you have to match.
I don't know. I gave up with the law of attraction very quickly. Kate Davidson says, do you recommend to solve emotional blocks that are triggering, although persisting in affirming? Do you recommend to solve emotional blocks that are triggering, although persisting in affirming? Do you recommend to solve?
Do you mean that instead? So do you recommend to solve emotional blocks that are triggering or persist in affirming? Is that what you mean, rather than although?
Yeah, okay. I'm going to answer based on what Katie says, and if that's wrong, then if you could just basically put like what you actually meant. But my way of dealing with emotional blocks and triggers and stuff is to sit with them and accept them. So if you're like having a block with something, sit down with it, write it out if you need to, figure out what it is that is actually blocking you or emotionally triggering or anything like that. Sit with it and accept it as part of your reality. You don't have to make it like assign it to yourself or anything like that, but just sit there and basically say, this is something that my old thought process has created. I know this isn't the case anymore because I am, and then you live in the end. And then that is what leads into the persisting in affirmations. It isn't a case of like, okay, so I've seen that I have a bill and I'm panicking that I can't pay it. So it's like, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. Because that goes back to what I mentioned earlier about trying from the wrong standpoint. If you get a bill that you don't like, then you can literally just accept it. And you're okay, I have received this bill due to an old thought pattern, but that doesn't matter anything. Like, it doesn't matter to me because I am rich. I have all the money that I need to pay it, and it's going to be okay. It is always okay. And then you kind of basically console yourself and you just let it go. And then you can get back onto your normal affirmations and stuff. But yeah, always persist in affirming. Keep going until you get your thing. Or if it gets to a point where you're like struggling to keep going, then take a break. Like if it gets to a point where like it's becoming a chore or that you feel quite run down or like crap, then take a break. Abanea says, howdy, your little homie is back again, had to leave for a bit. Okay, well, thanks for coming back. Chitra Roy says, can I manifest a healthy relationship for my friend? Absolutely. You just see their relationship as healthy. So through affirmations, visualizations, you can do inner conversations or whatever. You basically just see them as the like versions of them that have a healthy relationship. Whenever you see them, don't think, oh, they must be in a shit relationship still. See them and be like, oh, I'm glad that they're better. That kind of thing. Ola Ride. Sorry if I've said that wrong. Hi, just started some theme pages on Instagram, and there's been some recent changes that will affect the reach of theme pages. I have been affirming that the algorithm is always rigged in my favor. How will I live in the end? I used to post 3 times a day, but now I don't feel the urge to due to low/no reach. So yeah, you just living in the end. Like, what were you trying to?
I just started something.
What were you trying to gain from it? Was it more subscribers? Was it more like likes and comments? Basically, get to the end of whatever it is that you wanted. So were you posting to build your page, or were you posting to get nice comments, or like figure out what it was that you were doing, like why you were doing it, and then live in the end of that. So if it was to get more subscribers, then you could or followers, or sorry, for Instagram, If it was to get more followers, and let's say you wanted to get 1,000, then you live in the end of having 1,000 followers. The algorithm being a problem doesn't really matter. If you're living in the end of having your desire, whatever happens in the middle must happen for you to get to that point. So you can just ignore the algorithm. Or you can obviously do affirmations for it to be on your side as well, but I would focus more on the fact that you have the follower count that you want, or the kind of comments that you like, or whatever. Huh?
I was just going to say, because you were saying about followers, I was going to say or the other things.
Yeah.
But you then said that, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Doi Dulan says, "Hey everyone, what role do you think self-concept plays in regards to manifesting beauty? Why do some people can't literally see their beauty, i.e. low self-concept and beauty, even though they are gorgeous?" I find that this might be a bit like, I don't know. I find that a lot of people like saying that they're not beautiful more than they actually think that they're not. But it's just one of those things. I definitely think that people that are attractive do go through periods where they think that they're attractive. And I do have an example of this, but it's not really my example to give. But I actually have quite a decent, I do make jokes to Kate and stuff about, like, I'm getting fat and stuff like that as like a joke. But I do go through periods where I'm just like, actually, I look great, blah, 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 blah. And I build up my self-concept and stuff. And then other times I won't be. And there are examples that I could give, but they're not my examples to give, about other people that have been in similar situations and where they've like changed their mind a little bit, and then it picks up. So I think everyone does go through periods where they feel good, but also placebo effects. So people with low self-concept and beauty but feel like they look good when they're wearing makeup, if they're wearing makeup a lot of the time, then their placebo and their effect is placebo affecting themselves into the idea that they are attractive, if that makes sense. So that kind of stuff.
Also, I think as well, a lot of the time, people don't often remember nice comments. So unless it was a very particular nice, like a comment that sort of stood out, a lot of the time, the thing that you remember and the thing that you think about when you're falling asleep is that one person that said, "Hey, your hair looks absolutely shit today," or "Hey, I hate the way that you wear your like makeup," or something like that. And then obviously you give that a lot more thought than the 3 people that said, "Your face looks really pretty today," or "Your hair looks really nice today." And so you give a lot more of your time to, thinking about, why did they say that? What did they say? Did they say this? Did they say, like, did they mean this bit? Did they mean that? And it knocks your self-concept and it knocks your thoughts into that spiraling pattern of, oh, actually, maybe this. So I think that some people who are very gorgeous, very beautiful, have low self-concept because of, and it could be one mean comment or it could be 10 mean comments, and they could have, 10 nice comments or 1,000 nice comments. But the one that you'll give your thought to is the one that was bad, because like, I don't know, it could come from somebody really unexpected or something like that. So like, say your mum says something really horrible to you and normally she says something really lovely to you every day, you're going to hold that thought in your brain a lot. Like, you're going to hold that comment a lot more in your brain than you are any of the nice things that she said that whole week, sort of thing. Because it's like, why? And then you start giving it way more thought than you should.
And and going back to my first point is, as well, as a lot of people do crave validation. So a lot of people might have low self-concept in themselves, and they basically say something, and their self-concept on beauty might be that they're not that attractive, but their concept of someone else might be, like, for example, their friend, is that their friend thinks that they're attractive. So if they say they're saying I'm not attractive due to their self-concept, their friend might then go, no, you're actually gorgeous, blah, 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 blah. And it's a low self-concept, but people might tell them that they're beautiful because of the concept that they have. And like, oh, well, you're my friend, you have to tell me that, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of factors at play there. But I also think a lot of people like the validation a lot more than they actually feel like they aren't attractive, if that makes sense. Angie says, after over a year and a half, I'm finally starting to think positively. I took hours to write out the old story, feelings, emotions. Then I write the new version of my life the way that I want it. It took over 18 months. And I finally got it together. I manifested him out of my life, so I can surely manifest him back in. It's definitely not easy, but I am getting better. That's good.
Well done.
Yeah, well done for
well done.
Doing the work and getting to the point where you're starting to feel better. And it's just the only way is up from here, basically. Abanea can get in the bin, so we're going to skip her.
Hey, Katie, do you know someone named Matthew? I heard of that name quite a numerous amount of times. It doesn't strike. Yeah, no, I have no idea.
No dick for you tonight. Dear X says, when manifesting
You
money.
can't say that on live.
I
cannot.
can. It's my life. I can say what I want. Apparently, I don't exist, so no one heard me anyway. Dear X says, when manifesting money, people need to be specific about what they want and also affirm no harm to themselves or anyone else, just as a protection to seal money doesn't come in unfavorable ways. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't often anyway. It's quite easy to make money in a non-legal, non-harmful way, and obviously everything is available to the universe anyway. Anything can happen.
Legal, not non-legal.
Oh yeah, legal. Anything can happen, and it doesn't usually. I mean, the universe works better when it comes. Think about it. If you're living in the end in a loving way, you're going to definitely get more results than if you're in a panicky living from the end. For example, if you are although fear does manifest, love manifests better. If you can come from unconditional love with stuff, then it does manifest better. The universe doesn't tend to take from someone and give to another, if that makes sense. The people in the 3D do that. So if I was to go and steal from someone, but if I just say I live from the end of money, then 9 times out of 10 that'll come from a bill or a tax rebate or something like that. So a lot of the times people don't actually you don't need to specify that it doesn't come in unfavorable ways.
It can't do any harm doing that.
No. I was going to say that it's if you wanted to, that's fine. But I was going to say that if you haven't been doing that, then it's okay. You don't have to worry. But I would definitely, going on that point, I would definitely try to absolutely avoid affirming harm for anyone, regardless of anything. If it's a specific person and then you're like, oh, well, they got hit by a car and they're gone, like a third party or something, then don't do that at all. But I wouldn't say that you need to specify no harm because, yeah. I mean, you can if you want. By all means, you can if you want. But I just don't think that if you haven't been doing that, then you need to worry. But what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, though, I feel like potentially it might actually be worth... I suppose it depends on your own, experiences. But, I don't know what I was going to say. I can't remember. Sorry. But no, because, I don't know, I think that you can quite easily affirm for very negative things to happen just by letting your thoughts spiral and stuff like that. So I feel like that is a good precaution because why not? I can't remember what I was going to say. It was actually way more intelligent than that. It was something...
You can affirm a lot of negative stuff for you.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
For other people, 9 times out of 10, the universe won't take from someone else to give to you.
But it's not necessarily about taking. The thing is when I don't know, in the past when I've really needed money and it's come in in a way that isn't necessarily a good thing. So somebody was like, oh well, here you go, I'll lend you some money, and then they're really nasty about it, and that's not necessarily harm, but you know what I mean, you don't want that. You don't want there to be it wasn't like somebody died and I got money or anything like that. It was just the result afterwards was very awkward and upsetting and oh, okay. And it's you don't want that either. So
okay.
Yeah, I can't remember what I was going to say, and that was really a pointless tangent, and I'm sorry. I was just... Yeah.
Can you mute your phone, please, while we're on this?
No.
Angie says, if I get down, I suddenly remind myself how lucky I am to have a home, my health, and to wake up every day. When I want to cry, I pretend my SP and I are hugging and crying about something happy. That's a nice way of going about it. So yeah, it's always good to try to pick yourself up when you do feel down. It's better to not spiral. Obviously, if you need to spiral for a little bit, if you really need to let it out, give yourself 5 minutes, kick, scream, do whatever you got to do, and then try to bring yourself out of it. It's not that easy, I know. I suck at it, but yeah. Angie says, speaking of beauty, this was the only time in my life since I was a teenager where I don't wear a face full of makeup, hair done, and nails done. I am seeing myself naturally, and seeing my natural... Oh, and then you said, seeing myself naturally and seeing my natural hair since I was 14. I get so many compliments and makes me look at myself in a different light. I didn't need all of that makeup and jewelry to stand out. It's a nice feeling, truly happy to be natural. Exactly. Once you start working on your self-concept, everyone around you starts to reflect it, and then you start to realize that all of this like makeup or like everything that you do to make yourself feel better, like while it might make you feel better, it's just kind of like a band-aid. And if you work on your self-concept, then not only will you start to feel better, but it will reflect on you, and then you'll start getting nicer compliments and so on and so forth. I'm just going to ignore Abonea. Twinkle Peach says, because she's a bully. JK, Matt, are you sporting with sideburns phase today? Hey, what? I don't know. No, it's like.
You have had a haircut.
Yeah, I've had a haircut and it kind of like fades up a little bit. I haven't got sideburns. It's just like the lighten. I suppose I do have it.
Yeah, your hair connects to your beard,
yeah,
so I'm gonna say you have.
I have sideburns. Yeah, I was thinking of mutton chops. That was what I was thinking. You know, like fucking stupid. Yeah, I don't know. Just
yeah, I guess that is
it's partially right.
It fades.
Yeah. Hey, I know a thing or two about haircuts because my SP discusses it with me. So be proud. Be proud. I am proud, but you're still a bully. Angie says, speaking of, no, we already did that one. Twinkle Peach says, do you think having the same affirmations for a subject works better than changing them up every time you think about a subject? Yeah, either or. If you like having the same ones and you like just repeating them, then absolutely. If you like switching it up for the sake of like keeping it fresh and it helps you keep like doing it, then switch it up. It doesn't matter at all. Obviously, if you have different affirmations for different things, for example, if you're in a relationship and you're affirming that your person is like gives you massages, then obviously that affirmation will get you massages. But if what you actually want is massages, but then also want them to cook for you, then you can have an affirmation for massages and cooking for you. But if it's like just love, you don't necessarily have to go like my SP loves me and I am loved by my SP, if that makes sense. One of them will work, but if you want to switch them up, then that's absolutely fine. It's all just personal preference, whatever feels fun and stuff's. You gonna say something?
I was gonna say, if you are switching up, just sort of like make sure they match.
Yeah.
And like they are the same thing. If it is just one thing that you're after,
they yield the same results. Yeah.
Yeah. Because a lot of the time when you word something, it can actually completely change the meaning of the whole sentence. Sort of thing.
Like saying I love you and I love you.
One means exactly what I meant.
Abonea says, Chitra, I know, right? I heard a faint voice once telling me that they're going to delete this channel and be sad. Wonder if they're downing a tub of ice cream at the moment. Speaking of them, who's them again? Fuck yourself. We haven't even got ice cream.
We do.
Do we?
We have cookie dough ice cream.
We have cookie dough ice cream. See, this is what happens when you're like a wealthy YouTuber. You just eat ice cream. And it's all thanks to you guys. Buy my membership. No, I'm kidding.
Feel like you're turning into one of those.
I that was part of the joke. It was like an ironic thing.
Isn't it ironic?
The thing is, it's all for them anyway. Because then they get to talk more.
I have loads of fun as well, though. Like with this whole thing, like the live stream.
It is fun, isn't it? Like,
yeah, it's fun.
I wish I could do it more. That's why I put the services out there, because then the more people that pay for the services and go through the memberships and yada, 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 the more full time we can do this, which means we can do more regular live streams, we can do more videos. And then, so it's kind of like building up to get to that point so we can actually give you more.
So hopefully we'll just be on live all the time.
Just a 24-hour, 24/7 kind of live stream.
Pop in, hey,
yeah,
still go to the shop, be back in 10 minutes.
But if any of you are interested in joining the membership, the link is at the very top, or I can put it back here if any of you are interested. I think it's definitely worth it, but obviously don't take my word for it. Dear X, if you're still in here, you can vouch to say whether or not you think it's worth it. Be honest, though. That's the thing. I'd like you to be honest, because I'm not trying to sell someone.
I think like at the moment it's quite
it's a bit quiet because we're still building it up. Once there's loads more people, it's going to be like this, where it's just chats.
But like every time I get off the live, I'm always like, oh, I miss them. I want to talk to them right now.
Yeah, that's why we made it, so that you guys can talk to us more, and you also get discounted on the services. So yeah. But anyway, Angie says, oh no, we already did that one. Chitra says, don't do this, I'll get beaten by everyone. Yeah, I'm just gonna ban her in a minute. Ha ha ha. Random names here. We missed you. Hey. Twinkle Peach says, either works fine. I personally like rampaging my affirmation, so I change them up often. Yeah, if I'm doing like a big session, then I'll usually pick a bunch. But if I'm just doing like a couple for a little minute, then I'll just stick to the same ones. Abonné says, Chitra, everyone or not, but I can assure you that dude's going to hunt me down to the depths of hell, so might as well disappear before he catches up to me. And then you all said, Abonné, alright, moving on. Oh, yeah. They commented. Did you pick up on that part? Did you pick up on that part she's referencing there? Oh, basically, she commented just before someone. I was like, Abonea, and I was like, Angie said, and I just completely skipped over it. Get in the bin. Katie, I'm scared.
He's actually not that scary. He's got like this lovely fake.
I'm so squidgy.
He's actually just like soft.
Chitra says, "Aw." Enchanted Venus. Hi, Enchanted Venus. Haven't seen you yet today either. Can you manifest more than 2 things at once? Absolutely. You can manifest as many things as you want because your entire life is created by you. And if you think about it, everything here is placed by you. So if you can manifest all of these things, then you can obviously consciously manifest more than 2 things. The way that I recommend doing that is having or the way that I found works best for me when I'm trying to do that is having different scripts and then reading them each night. So one will be about my band doing really well, one will be about YouTube doing really well, and one will be about Katie and I doing really well. And I'll just kind of try and read them every night. And then I'm living in the end of each desire. And then as the days go by, I'll think about those topics. I'll affirm or do a bit of whatever each time those topics come up. That's how I kind of spread it across doing multiple things. And then Abonné says, hi, my beautiful viewers. I'm here on Katie's live stream today because I'm absolutely bored. I'm going to fucking ban you. You're getting in the bin. I'm going to report you. Put user in a timeout. You're on a timeout now, Abonné. I don't know how long you're on a timeout for. 300 seconds. See you in 5 minutes. Oh, no. It deletes the message.
Oh. Can you untimeout them?
Can I? Yeah, I'm going to try and untimeout you. And I can put you on another timeout. Oops. I thought it would give me the option to put how long I'm timing them out for. Well, sorry, Abonné.
We'll still be here in 5 minutes though. And then
I'm going to wait and then I'm going to end the stream 4 minutes and 50 seconds from now. Random name says, I freaking love cookie dough ice cream. Cookie dough ice cream but mint choc chip is my favorite. And then Twinkle Peach retracted their message. And China Venus says, Katie just sang the song I was listening to this morning. Ironic.
Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
I don't know that song.
I'm not going to carry on singing it.
Why? Oh, my sister won't go away. Alice Foster says, I'm going to join mainly because I've booked coaching and feel it's best to stop watching other good advice, stick to one person and crack on with living. I'm going to join mainly because I've booked coaching and I feel it's best to stop watching other good advice, stick to one person. Yeah, for sure. I have no quarrel whether people go to other YouTubers or myself, but I definitely think the more that you jump around to different coaches and stuff, the more then you're trying to amalgamate everything in one, and then you end up just doing more effort trying to get it all right than actually putting the work in properly. So I always recommend trying to stick to a very small amount, but if that isn't me and it's someone else, then by all means, good luck. But yeah. I think I responded to your email, but I haven't had a chance. I did a bunch of emails this morning, and then I had a bunch of other stuff to do throughout the day, so I haven't got back to you yet. Abonné's message has been retracted. She's put on timeout. Twinkle Peach, yeah, what happens to me is that I go on a rampage. When I think about my manifestation, I say different affirmations every time, and they give different feeling and image every time. Yes, that's good. So you live in the end more. And Random's name says get wrecked, lol. Yeah. Olaride. Sorry if I said that wrong. What do you do when you haven't seen any movement for months, even for the smallest things like a phone call or text? I stop focusing on the fact that I haven't seen the movement, and I start giving me those movements in my imagination, through visualization or whatever affirmations, and I kind of just get on with my day because I completely understand what it's like to want someone and to want something, but if you can't, you need to also be in a place where you can live your life happy with it never happening. Not that it's not going to happen, and this isn't a way to deter you from trying, but you need to be able to be absolutely okay with the idea that it's never going to happen. Once you can get to that position and you can live your life like normal and great, that is when you have stopped pedestalizing it and allowing it to come in easier because you no longer need it, which means you're no longer creating more need of it, if that makes sense. So usually in those kind of situations, just remind yourself that movement is always happening for every affirmation or script or visualization that you do. It is basically you sending out a signal saying, get your ass over here. And continue to just do you and be happy with what you're doing and enjoy your life, and it will come in. You'll notice that the happier that you are because you're doing things that make you like for yourself, the more things will start to come in. Chitra says Abanaya is the must-have comedian in a successful movie. Well, she's gone, so ha.
She'll be back soon.
No, I'll ban her again.
Right. Oh, I know.
Ola Riley says, put a love heart. Tinkle Peach says, so I feel like I'm manifesting essentially the same thing, but in different ways. Yeah, absolutely. And if that keeps you motivated to do so, then absolutely, by all means, go and do it. Hey, Celine showed up. Hi, Celine. So Celine says, I feel better. My self-concept improves when focusing on more than SP. It makes a difference. I just don't want the universe to think my SP is less important. I manifested fitness and I can see my abs. If the universe thinks that your SP is less important, it's going to be easier to get in, because the universe doesn't decide what you do and don't have. It only tells you what you give it. And if you're giving it this, if it comes, great, but you're living in the end of it, so it's natural, then it comes in easier. But well done for manifesting fitness and stuff. Good job. Alice says, yes, I got that. Thank you. You're welcome. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. I'm just a very busy beaver. Random Name says, is shadow necessary for manifesting, especially at SP? I've been doing shadow work because I want my manifestation to last and share my happiness with my SP. I actually don't fully know what shadow work is, but my assumption based on what you said is it's probably going through. Oh, it's Ray Ray. It was probably going through all the shit that like would either deem you like negative stuff about yourself or something like behaviors or attitudes or whatever. It isn't necessary, but it is definitely helpful. It's like self-concept. It isn't necessary, but having a poor self-concept when you get your person is more than likely going to lead them to leave you again, because your self-concept will take over. So it isn't necessary, but it is definitely helpful, and I would definitely recommend doing it. And Ray Ray has just came in. Celine says, for right affirmations, I have 4 things in a loop. 1 for my SP and I, the other for healing for the work, 3rd for financial success, and lastly for health, fitness, and aging. Is that okay? If you think that's okay, then it's okay. The thing is it is all based on how we go about it. It's all based on what works for us, and it's all based on how we put in the work. One person having 1 affirmation and another person having 10 affirmations might get the same results if they both work for them, if that makes sense. So absolutely, if that works for you, then by all means continue at it. Twinkle Peach says, the thing is, I don't like having more than 4 affirmations for anything, but I feel like I am not addressing all of it. Then why not have like 4 a day? So you wake up in the morning and go, okay, these are the topics that I have. I want this affirmation for today, this affirmation for today, this, and then do it for the 4 affirmations. And then the next day you might pick some different ones. I understand that that's still having more than 4 affirmations, but it's not 4 to remember all at once. You can literally just go by them each day, but then they're addressing different areas. Might be worth trying. Alice Foster says, exactly, watching too much feels like obsession, and there are so many other marvelous things in life. Absolutely. And you'll find that people tend to think that they're doing the work by watching the videos, and then you'll find that the people that have stopped watching videos tend to get the results because they have nothing else to do but do the work. So it's definitely good to keep watching them, to support the channels, and to obviously just keep you motivated to do so. Because I know there's been times when I was first involved in it, where I would be like, okay, well, I know what to do, but I just want this little reminder just to sort of get me motivated to do so. And that's absolutely fine. But if you're going like, I need to find the perfect video, then that's what obviously that's where people can trip up. So just do the work more than watch the videos. Oh, I see Abanay's name. Low Terrence says, have tips on how to manifest as an empath. I feel nothing. So I am very, very poor when it comes to sympathy and empathy. But the same principles would apply. Just live in the end of your desire, work on your self-concept, try to come from a place of unconditional love, let the old story go, don't focus on time. All the same rules would apply whether you're an empath, psychopath, on a road path, I don't know, like any kind of path. The same rules will apply. Hey, Matt Schwartz showed up. Howdy, who?
I think as well, what they're asking with the empath sort of thing is worry. I might be wrong, but you might be worrying that you're making somebody do something sort of thing.
Oh, is that what you mean?
I think that's what. So to me personally, like, because I am very empathetic,
Go on.
You put me off. I have that slight worry of like, well, I don't want to make that person do what they don't want to do. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do. And I think it's just important to remember that you can't. I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
It's fine. You have to apologize. It's fine. On that, like following that train of thought, yeah, there's nothing wrong with having an imagination, and that is all we are doing. We're only experiencing the version of them or our desire in our imagination. The fact that it reflects out in the outer world is a bonus, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with you sitting there and imagining yourself the way that you want to be. So if that is what you meant, and like along what Katie was saying, then that's how you should remember it.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. If that's what it is, then just remind yourself that is your imagination. No one can do anything to you for having an imagination. So it's absolutely fine. Hang on. Twinkle Peach. Yeah. So Twinkle Peach says, okay, the thing is, I don't like having more than 4 affirmations for anything, but I feel like I'm not addressing all that I want to address with just 4. So I keep rampaging, and then I realized that was happening. Oh, I see. I don't like the way that they don't let you send longer messages. It really annoys me because then it comes, obviously, you don't come in for a bit later because other people, and then I've missed half of your message. But hopefully what I said before answers like the extra bit that you just put. Matt Schwartz says, can you please give an example for inner conversations? So yeah, so let's say that I feel like I did a lot around the house and I feel like I'm not appreciated for doing stuff around the house. My inner conversation would be me talking to Katie and Katie saying like, you know what, thank you for doing this stuff around the house. Like I really appreciate all the help. I really appreciate the stuff that you do for the blah, blah, blah. And it's basically just having a conversation with someone in your head. That is a version of an inner conversation where they basically just tell you what you want to hear internally, or you can even have inner conversations with yourself. So if you're doing something that like, if you're trying to improve your basketball, for example, an inner conversation would just be like you talking to yourself being like, I know you can do this, you can make this shot, like you're absolutely incredible, blah, blah, blah. So basically like talking to yourself. So what you would do if you're like talking to someone, but internally, and if you're talking to yourself internally, is that simple. Like inner conversations are literally that simple, and they're really effective because I mean, you're literally hearing it come from your person. It's almost like validation internally, if that makes sense. So that's an example of, and that's actually one that I've used. Not because Katie doesn't appreciate me, but sometimes I'm like, I've done loads around the house. Tell me I'm a good boy. And I have an inner conversation of Katie saying, like, it looks good. Well done. And then that's enough for me. She changed her name to Akami Moki. I'm assuming it's an anime reference, but I don't know. Is that an anime reference? Is it? No, I wouldn't count. Is it Akami from Akami Good Kill? No, you're probably going to hurt me for saying that. Return of the Queen, fear me. Well, I could just ban you again. Celine L says, I think trying to improve all areas of life helps for me. Otherwise, I obsess over it. What do you suggest for nightly affirmations? My loop is 90 minutes long. Is that a lot, or should it be like 10 minutes? When you mean nightly affirmations, do you mean the ones that you fall asleep to, or like just ones that you listen to before bed? Because it depends on, if you're trying to improve all areas of your life, then I would probably put like maybe like 90 minutes of different topics. If it's just one area, then I would literally just listen to the same one that's I lost my train of thought. Yeah, then I would just listen to the same one that's on that topic. But if you could just clarify I fall asleep with it and just doing it for a week. If you're falling asleep with it, like yeah, same thing. So if you're trying to improve multiple areas, then pick like about 90 minutes worth of different topics. So one money, one self-concept, one love, one yada yada yada. If it's one thing, so you're just trying to improve your self-concept, then just pick one self-concept thing and let it loop over. That would be my recommendation. If you need a self-concept one, we have one on the channel. Olaride says, what if it's a situation like a supplier holding your sample which you've paid for, so I really need my product, so letting go is a bit frustrating, I'll just join your group, I need a lot of help. So obviously if you do choose to join this group, welcome, we really appreciate having you. And when it comes to stuff like that, then you would just kind of live in the end of it happening and try not to panic about it. Try not to like look for it and be like, okay, they still haven't, like checking your phone and they still haven't sent me a confirmation email or something like that. You would literally just be like, okay, I've got my stuff, and go about knowing that you have your stuff. Letting go isn't always necessary. It's just a lot of the time it can really help you out. But obviously, Yeah, I see what you mean by it's a little bit difficult to just let go, but it would be a case of like not obsessing over it and stressing over it. You just keep like living from the state that it's already arrived and that it's all going ahead.
If you haven't already yet, like, contacted them, like, because obviously you do need to in this sort of state, like this sort of thing, I'd say. Like, but I think what you need to do is just be like, I have now done this, therefore
Yeah.
you don't need to think about it anymore. So like, yes, it's annoying and it's hard to like let go, but you have done the action that you needed to do in order to, you know, like say, hey, where's my stuff, basically, and therefore you have now, it's done, it will arrive, it's on its way, or you have it, sort of thing. So you don't need to sit there and think, where is it, why isn't it come, oh, I like get more and more annoyed. You've done the bit that you needed to do. Yeah,
exactly. And then Akami Moki, which is Ebenea, says, Matt, you can't ignore me. I can. Watch, I'm going to ignore your next 4 messages. Selena L says, yes, my loop is 90 minutes covering 4 different areas of my life. Then, yeah, that's cool. Just keep looping those over and then it'll come in. And then you say later on, some coaches say, so only 5 to 10 minutes, but I don't want to focus on just SP. I think that slows down the manifestation. I'm way too emotional about life. Overall life improvement is easier for me. Yeah, I mean, it's all personal preference. Some people just like having shorter like videos and stuff. Some people like having longer. Like it's all down to what you enjoy the most. I personally prefer the 5 to 10 when I'm awake. Like if I just put them on while I'm doing washing up, or whatever, I tend to only have the short ones then, just because I find that I get bored. But when I'm sleeping, if I don't do them anymore because now that I'm obviously sleeping with Katie, sort of thing. But when I was like on my own, I would just play like the 8-hour ones and then just have that, or like a 1-hour one and then have it on loop or whatever. Shelley says, what do you think about changing affirmations after seeing results? So do you mean like your affirmation is like, I'm in a relationship with someone? What's that?
remember?
Oh, I see. That's cool. It's because we already had a Matt, so I was like really confused. I was like, isn't this? Welcome to the membership, Matt. Glad to have you there. Well, if you the on the community channel, there is a there's a memberships only community channel message on YouTube that has the link to the Discord. But anyway, sorry, back to what I was saying. But yeah, welcome to the membership, Matt. Happy to have you there. But yeah, so if your affirmation was like, I am in a loving committed relationship with so and so, and then you get into that relationship, and now you can either change it to like, my relationship gets better and better, or whatever, or you can keep it as, I'm in a loving relationship. It depends on why you would be changing the affirmations. I think I'd probably need that more so, just to know.
So if you were, say, doing it step by step, then yes, obviously you would need to change it.
Yeah, so if you're like, okay, I got a text and then I've got that text and now I want the date, then yeah, you need to change it. But if you've got your end result, then you've got your end result, if that makes sense. I would still continue to sort of work on self-concept even when you've got your end result, because then that helps you keep it. But again, if you just let me know kind of what your situation or what your example that you're looking for here is, and I can obviously then give you more of an answer. Random name says, have you tried to listen to Subliminals? I put it on in the background as I do stuff, meditate, sleep, walk, etc. Manifested my desired voice while listening to Subliminals. No, we mentioned earlier actually in the stream that I have no idea how Subliminals work, what they are entirely, or anything like that. But Katie and I said that we might try them for like a week, and then in the next live stream get back to you about like if we've got any results from them, because I only talk about what I actually have experience in. And I would like to be able to actually know whether or not.
Yeah, we're really like sort of interested in giving it a go, trying it out.
Yeah, so we're gonna try one.
So Abanea said, Mochi is my SP's nickname. He adores it. That was one that you missed. And Matty ignoring me. Oh yeah, so Katie, about the person named Matthew. We were talking about super annoying, innit?
Oh no, what's this?
No,
what's this? Put user in a timeout
no.
option.
Let's see what happens.
Chitra says, I used to listen to Subliminals, but now after working on my self-concept for a few months, I don't feel the need to listen to them. Yeah, exactly. It gets to a point where you kind of feel like you've built yourself up enough to where you don't need to do the techniques and stuff like that anymore, or use night tapes or Subliminals or anything. And that's a good place to be, because it just means that you are like, you've built yourself up to the point where you don't feel like you need to work on yourself anymore. I would always still recommend it, but it's a good place to not need to. Fatima says, how often should we script, affirm, visualize, and listen to subliminals? When you feel good to do so. For visualization, if you like visualizing, I would recommend doing it every night as you fall asleep, because you're going to be falling asleep anyway, and you might as well use that time effectively. But for the other things, I would usually say do it when you think about something. So not necessarily so much script, because I know it's not that easy. But if you think about your specific person, maybe just drop a couple of affirmations, or even just do like a quick, just little inner conversational visualization. And for scripts and stuff, just do them when it feels good. Don't force yourself to do them. Just whenever it feels good, because that's when it's more natural. You know, if you're forcing yourself to do it, then the reason, like, depending on the reason you're forcing yourself to do it, might be because you're coming from a state of like, I don't have this thing and I need to get it, which is obviously the wrong place to be. So only do it when it feels natural to you. But I would recommend trying to visualize every night while you're falling asleep, just because it's a good, you're not doing anything anyway. You might as well use that time to sort of enjoy your new scenario. Chitra says, oh, okay, you said you don't need to listen to anymore. And also, when I listened to them, I got very bad headache. Oh, that's not good. I don't know why you'd get a headache. They're horrible to listen to.
Too loud, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Turn it down. Donut. Shirley says, like, if one affirmed for a relationship and got it, but bits were of undesirable behavior left, so should affirmations be customized according to that, or just keep repeating? No, if you have what you want and there are just a few things that need tweaking, then definitely work on tweaking them. Like, I'm trying to think of an example. I don't know. For example, like if I was to get a job and then they were like, oh no, you have to work from home only one day a week, then I'd work on getting a couple more days a week, sort of thing, if that makes sense. Because you still need work. There's still work to do to get your full desire.
One thing that I'd say is maybe continue. So, because they said affirmed a relationship and got it. So just still continue to affirm that you are in that happy relationship, and then also just on top of it, do the things to change the behavior. So, maybe, I don't know, if you were doing 10 every single day that were like, we are in a loving relationship, we are just keep one of them, and then sort of say, I don't know, say he still looks at other people's pictures on Instagram and likes them or something, then you could just affirm that doesn't happen, type thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what undesirable like behavior you're on about, but like just but stick to still affirming that there is the like loving, happy relationship.
Yeah, and then just tweak it where necessary. Fatima says, so the techniques don't have to be daily. No, they and yes, visualization is the easiest part for me. Revision is very challenging for me. If it's challenging, then don't force yourself to do it. Otherwise, you're just going to get frustrated. But yeah, the techniques don't have to be daily. Obviously, like if you feel resonated to do so, and if you're thinking of your desire, then think of your desire the way that you want it to be whenever you do. But in terms of doing techniques, try to do them only when they resonate, because then it feels more natural. Random name. That was just my comment putting the membership in. Random name says, I only got one headache from Subliminals, but that was because I was listening to 5 subs. To be fair, some of the ones that like I have heard of, because there's been some that have like come on after like I've finished watching a video or something, and they're just like really like loud. So I can imagine 5 was quite horrible. Chitra says, actually, even if you listen to them in the lowest volume, most of the subliminals have a vibration kind of an effect. Or
are they like bassy?
I don't know if that'll be. I don't know. I have no fucking clue. We'll try them out. We'll just test them out. And because there's no other comments, I guess I got to go back to the bin. Akami Abenea says, Katie is on my team, so she wouldn't do anything to hurt me. She's my sweet, sweet big sis. I want to give her a pat. There you go. There's your pat. Katie, my sweet big sis. You wouldn't ignore me like someone just did. Ha. Anyway, guys. Oh God. It is now coming up to the 1.5 hour mark, and we still haven't eaten and everything. So we're going to end this now. Thank you everyone for showing up. If you're interested in a membership, it's there. If you're interested in coaching services, it's all in the website. And we will go back to doing the live streams on Saturday. Oh, we'll be doing the next one because we'll be coming back. Basically, we're going away next week, so I don't know.
I think we still will do.
All right, then yes.
I think so, because we should be traveling back. We might be like all like You know what I mean? Like, what's the word?
Dishevelled.
Yeah, that's the word I was thinking of, actually. I just couldn't remember if it was shriveled or shriveled. But yeah, so we'll probably still do it. I like doing them. I like doing the live streams. I feel like today I was a bit like, I keep losing my train of thought. I think I'm really tired because yeah, even though we slept for a lot of the morning, we didn't get back home until like 3 a.m. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll have a live stream next Saturday. And obviously if you do choose to join the membership, then we'll be talking to you throughout the week, like via messages and stuff. Alice says poor Katie. Why poor Katie? What's wrong with me? That hurt a lot.
Oh no.
Anyway, Shelley says bye, have a great weekend. Akami put a guru face, and then JK, I love you, Matt. Haha. Chitra says good night.
Week ahead. Have a great week ahead. Not week
Oh,
ahead.
I see. Oh yeah, the weekend's over. Yeah, you have a great week ahead too. Chitra says good night. Have a lot of sweet dreams. I heard if you can dream it, you can manifest it. Absolutely. And I have some fucked up dreams. So
yeah, I was gonna say, I absolutely hope not. My dreams are horrendous at the moment.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.